Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. My name is Iman, and I know you're all wondering why I am sitting with this jar with me. Any guesses? Okay, well, let me tell you something. This jar is filled with some frequently asked questions that we received from inspiring entrepreneurs like you guys, your doubts, your burning questions, and the confusion that may be holding you back to open a business in UAE. So we'll answer it today. So let's start and open this jar. First question, is the UAE really a tax haven or it's just a marketing myth? Actually, it's a very, very important question, and we'll uncover the truth behind this. The second question, what's the difference between free zone and mainland? A crucial decision that impacts your business structure, so stay tuned with us. Another common question, which is, do I need a local sponsor to set up a company in the UAE? I know. We all know this question can be a deal breaker for a lot of you. So today we'll answer all of your questions. Do I need a physical office to do business in UAE? Many entrepreneurs wonder if they can manage everything remotely. So we have a special guest today that will answer all your questions. Another more question. Do I need to be physically present in UAE to start and run my business? Let's break down the legal operations aspect for this requirement. But that's not all for today. We're just answering this question. We're also addressing any concerns you may have about starting a business in UAE. So get ready for any insightful session. To guide us through this, we have a very special guest, which is Miss Malika Sheikh, and Miss Malika brings more than 5 years experience in setting up a business across the UAE, also helping more than 20 nationality covering nationality covering, and also covering more than 200 business activity, and also successfully guiding over 500 entrepreneurs in turning their dreams into reality. So let's dive in and welcome Malika. Malika.
Thank you so much, Iman. Thank you for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today for the RADIANTBIZ Open Mic webinar. This is a platform for you to ask as many questions as you would like regarding company formation, business structuring in the UAE. We will be hosting a series of such events that will allow you to receive free consultations from our experts and help make your business dream a reality. Today's event focuses on discussing the most in-demand businesses in the UAE, as well as 5 other high net worth business opportunities. So we will address most of the frequent asked questions as well by our entrepreneurs, as Iman mentioned at the beginning. So without further ado, let me start with playing an aspiring video of UAE's booming economy and the journey to reach its milestone.
Welcome to the UAE, a global business powerhouse, a leading fintech hub, a real estate investment haven, and the epitome of luxury living. But wait a second. This was not the UAE we see today. Let's take a journey through time.
I tell my team, in the race for excellence, there is no finishing line. And this statement becoming more true every day.
Dubai's skyline was just beginning to rise. Burj Khalifa was only a vision. The Burj Khalifa breaks records as the tallest building in the world. UAE launches its space program, aiming for Mars. The UAE becomes the first Arab nation to reach Mars with the Hope probe. From bidding, winning and hurdles, UAE became first country to host Expo in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia region. Dubai ranked among the top 5 global financial centers. The UAE leads in AI, blockchain, and sustainable innovations. From desert sands to global dominance, the UAE's rise is nothing short of legendary. A one-man's vision, embraced by millions. What makes the UAE a global powerhouse? It's not just vision, it's strategic geography, pro-business policies, and an expat-friendly environment. Best geographic connection. The UAE is the gateway to the world, perfectly positioned between Asia, Africa, and Europe, making it a hub for global trade and investments. Ease of doing business. Lowest tax policies, full foreign ownership, government-backed support for startups and enterprises. A home away from home with 90% expat population, the UAE offers safety, luxury, and opportunity, making it the perfect place to live, work, and grow. The future is now. Whether you're an entrepreneur, investor, or innovator, the UAE is where success begins.
That was an amazing video. The UAE's economic growth is nothing short of extraordinary. From its humble beginnings as a small desert nation to becoming a global financial and technological hub, the transformation is truly remarkable. The rapid development of world-class infrastructure alongside its ambitious sustainability goals showcases the UAE's continued determination to thrive in an ever-evolving global economy. It's an aspiring example of what visionary planning, strong leadership, and a focus of innovation can achieve. Now, before we just go to the webinar, we start the webinar, and before we start the presentation, I would like to give a small overview about RADIANTBIZ, who we are. So the person that you see on the screen at the moment, he is our most inspiring CEO, Mr. Rizwan Ansari, who has been in the UAE for more than 20 years. So he began his journey in Dubai by working with top banks for more than 15 years. His vision was to become an aspiring entrepreneur in the UAE, just like you. And in no time, he built this empire in serving more than 15,000 happy entrepreneurs within just 5 years. RADIANTBIZ is a one-stop shop, a boutique that will not only guide you through your company formation, but will also assist you with accounting, taxation, corporate bank account opening, websites, marketing, compliance, will formation, and many, many more. The only thing we don't do is say no to our clients. So we make sure to guide and support you throughout your journey, as we always say, starting a business is just the start. It's just the beginning. So we are going to guide you throughout. We move to the next slide now. Yeah. So we move to the next slide. So it's all about what we are going to cover during this webinar. It's going to be that we are going to unlock businesses and investment opportunities. So about economic diversification, foreign investments, fintech, real estate. So we're going to cover all of this. So please stay tuned and we will cover all of these topics. The next slide, please. Okay, quick introduction. We've already covered more of it. So the overview of UAE's rise as a business hub, key key sectors fueling economic expansion, and why now is the right time to invest in the UAE. Just a few highlights about UAE is that as of July 2024, the UAE had issued a total of 665,000 business licenses. So that's reflecting like 1.9% increase from 2023 in just like few months. Okay, right now we are in 2025 February, so you can imagine the number of licenses that are generating across UAE. Next, UAE is ranked as 16 globally on ease of doing business. And lastly, it is ranked number 1 as the safest country globally. I mean, I have no doubts about it. I've been in the UAE for more than 5 years now, and I can say that I feel the safest in this country. So I can like assure all of our participants today that Dubai UAE is ranked as the safest. We move to the next slide. Okay, surprise. Decode. What is this, Iman?
Hi everyone, I've got a special surprise for you all. If you can decode 2502, you will get an amazing reward. Just drop your answers in the chat and let's see who's gonna crack the deal first. Any guesses? Maybe I can give them a hint. Okay, first, yes, think something related to today. Okay, and also don't forget, please, to scan the QR code to stay updated on our Instagram. Yes, and we'll get back to you, Malika.
Amazing. So this is unboxing is going to start with, we are going to unbox this towards the end of the webinar. So please stay tuned. Like Iman said, decode the code. You can put your responses on chat and there is a surprise. Great. So we move on to the presentation. I hope the next slide, please. Great. So now we speak about the UAE's economic vision and their diversification. Now, UAE, just to give you an overview, UAE started their journey with oil and petroleum. And then they moved to tourism. And now their vision is to open business opportunities for all investors and entrepreneurs. And I would like to quote from what His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum says. The future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. So like he rightly said, and that's the UAE vision of 2030, 2050. They want to move away from the oil dependency, to a knowledge-based, diversified economy driven by innovation, technology, and sustainability. So what are the key points for the UAE vision and their goals? It's economic diversification, infrastructure and urban development, education and workforce growth, innovation and technology. They want to be 50% clean energy by 2050. So they want to increase the reliance on solar, nuclear, and green hydrogen. Net zero emissions by 2050. And global competitiveness. They want to position UAE as a top-ranked business and innovation hub. So you can be a part of it if you start your business today. We move to the next slide. Okay, foreign investments and business growth. So the UAE has consistently ranked on top destinations for foreign investments. Foreign direct investment. So with 100% foreign ownership laws, minimal taxation, and strategic access to global markets, it is a magnet for global investors. And just giving you overview, 100% foreign ownership in mainland businesses. So previously, before 2020 and 2020 as well, it was compulsory for a local to be a part of the business. Like Iman had this one of the frequently asked question. Do I need a local to start up a business? So the answer to that is no, you can have 100% ownership. And this was removed, that you need to have a local, this was removed. It got a little, lenient for our foreign investors. And after this change, there was 80% year on year from AED 26.1 billion in 2021 to AED 47 billion in 2022. So, that it was almost double. Now, what about the tax incentive and ease of doing business? So, in our other slides, we will also be covering about the tax benefits on setting up the company here. So I will go more in detail in that slide. But yeah, as I previously mentioned, we are ranked 16th on ease of doing business. Comparison between mainland versus free zone. Now, most of you would know what is a mainland because this is majorly done by other countries. But UAE, has divided the business into a mainland and a free zone, a mainland zone and a free zone. And the reason being is that they wanted to make it easy for our foreign investors. Right. So we'll go in more in detail on what is a mainland and what is a free zone on setting up over here. If we move to the next slide, please. All right. So mainland and free zone. Now, what is about the ownership? There is 100% foreign ownership if you go ahead with a mainland license, but certain activities requires a local to be involved. You need to either a local, documents or a little bit of shareholding in the company. It is mandatory. Certain activities, not all of them. In a free zone, if your activity or business activity is qualified in that free zone, if that activity is available, you can get 100% foreign ownership. You do not need a local involvement. In the business scope, you can operate anywhere in the UAE and globally if you open a mainland license. So for example, if I open a Dubai mainland license, so doing business in Dubai is very easy within the country and also globally. If it's a free zone, you can do businesses within the free zone and you can do businesses internationally as well. There's one question that I always get, and everybody would look that up on the internet and ask, if I have a free zone license, I cannot do business in mainland. Well, that's partially right, partially not right. So you can do business in the mainland. It's not that you cannot do business. You can do, as long as the business is B2B. You can tie up with the businesses in mainland areas, and you can have your business conducted accordingly. What about the office requirements? If you take a mainland license, it's mandatory for you to have an office space. If it's a free zone, many of the free zones, they offer a virtual address within the package, within the package that they offer. So in free zone, you can conduct virtually. You do not mandatorily need an office space. Talking about taxation. If you are in a mainland, if you have a mainland license, it is compulsory for you to pay 9% corporate tax. If your net profit income is more than 375,000 dirhams, which equals to around 100,000 USD. So for example, if your profits, so after removing your salary, your expenditure, all of that, if your profits is 400,000 dirhams, for example, then in that case, your 9% that you need to pay is on the 25,000 dirhams, which is more than 375,000 dirhams. Okay, so that's the 9% corporate tax. The second type of tax is VAT. VAT is basically applicable for mainland if you're doing business within the, like, for example, if it's Dubai, the Emirate, Dubai, then you do pay 5% VAT. Then for the free zone, there are many free zones that qualify for 0% corporate tax. Okay, so if you have a license in the designated free zone and you have certain qualifying activities, which of course, you can get in touch with our tax consultation of RADIANTBIZ, and they can give you more idea on which are these free zones and how you can qualify. They would give you detailed information on that. However, many of the free zones are exempted from corporate tax. About VAT, if you're doing business within the free zone, then 5% VAT is exempted. And if you're doing business outside the country, for example, if you're getting, say, you're getting products from China to Dubai and then re-exporting, but it's not coming inside Dubai, it's getting re-exported to maybe South Africa, then the VAT is not applicable, it's exempted. So these are mostly the tax benefits in mainland and free zone. Custom duties, yes, 5% import in mainland, and in free zone, if it's within the free zone, then it's 0%. And if you're selling to the mainland or it's coming outside the free zone, then it's 5% custom duty. About the visas, if you have a mainland license, how does the visa quota determine? So if you have an office space, which say, for example, you have 1,000 square feet office, you can accommodate approximately 15 to 20 employees. Now, this totally depends on your tenancy contract and how big your area is. Initially, the mainland license will give you up to 2, but if you want more visas to be issued under your company, then you need to have an office space, and there is a thorough inspection done by the authorities before you issue a visa. Similarly, in the free zones, there are certain free zones who give you, up to 3 to 5 to 6 visas without an office space. So for example, if you take a free zone license and maybe at the moment you do not want to have an office and you're just starting new, you want everything to be done virtually, then you do not need an office. They give you the quotas and you can issue up to 6. If you need more, like 10, 15, 50, then you can just buy an office space within that free zone. So that eligibility is there. And let me give you an idea. So we have more than 43 free zones across the UAE, and we are partners with almost all of them. So whichever free zone that you're looking for, we can help you set up the businesses there, and experts will guide you on their regulations and how we can have this started. Speaking about the regulatory authority, so for a mainland license, the authority is DED, Department of Economic Development. And for a free zone, it's governed by individual free zones. So like for Dubai, there will be different Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, all of these will have different free zones. What is mainland or free zone business ideal for? If you are doing more of retailing business, if you're looking to set up, like an B2C, customer to customer, you want to serve something to the end user, maybe consultancy, maybe selling some product, then it's always highly recommended to go ahead with a mainland license. And it's that, that's where we recommend our clients to go ahead with mainland. But if you're just starting up, you're into consultancy, everything is being done virtually, or if it is business outside the country, you do not want to be inside the country. If your clients are not from inside the country, but they are internationally based, then a free zone company is recommended. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, so these are the top 5 business activities in the UAE that are most demanded. Okay, so we have advertising, general trading, e-commerce, food and beverage trading, business consultancy, management consultancy. So I have a request from all our entrepreneurs. If you are from any of these, any of these activities that belongs to your business, I would suggest you just drop on our chat so that even I would know, there are how many participants today that are into advertising business or trading or e-commerce, or even if it's something else, you can just drop us a message so that we can give you an in-detail information regarding that business and how we can strategize this for you. Right, I'm just waiting to see how many of them are here. Great, that's lovely. I love the responses coming in. Okay, so this gives me a fair idea. Okay, so we will speak more about, okay, I see a lot of consultancy, photography, web designing, very interesting. And then e-commerce, trading, general trading, I think that's the highest going on at the moment. Okay, great. Okay, so we move on to advertising first. Oh, we move to the next slide. Yeah. Advertising industry. Okay, we all know advertising industry is one of the fastest growing markets in the region at the moment, and with businesses leveraging digital marketing, outdoor media, and branding solution to capture a global audience. So when you reach out to us, our team, our set of business experts are going to advise you on which license will suit best for you. What is the type of license, whether it's professional, it's commercial, or it's an industrial type of license? What are the activities covered? How you can conduct this business in the UAE? Whether you need an office, you don't need an office, and the tax policies under that. So all of these things is very important for you to know before you start up your company. And that's why it is very important for you to take a consultation from one of the experts before you go ahead and proceed with the company registration in the UAE. Moving on to the next slide, the next activity, which is most demanded, that's general trading. And I see a lot of people putting in on their chat that they are interested in general trading. Just to give you an overview about trading business. So UAE at the moment is situated in middle of the globe, making it the open gateway to the region, creating business opportunities and making the UAE an attractive market for importers and exporters. And therefore, we have Dubai International Airport, which is one of the biggest and busiest airport. Apart from that, we have Jebel Ali Port, which is a seaport. Again, it is the busiest. There's a lot of traffic all the time because there are traders who are importing and exporting it to other countries. So this is the highest demanded industry at the moment in the UAE. So you also know that that global trading is offering easy access to Asia, Europe, and Africa. So if you're looking to import and export or trade goods, the general trading license is your gateway to success. Now, what is the reach? So in 2021, the UAE's total trade volume reached approximately 772 billion, and it continues to grow. So don't miss out. If general trading is your activity, I would suggest to start soon. We move on to the next. The next industry, and I think right now we are receiving a lot of inquiry for this, which is e-commerce industries. We all have become so dependent on our phone. We sit, we chat, we open the application, we order. Maybe makeup, which I like to do, shopping, clothes, food, grocery, everything is ordered online. Tomorrow is someone's birthday. I don't know, last minute, I don't want to go out. I sit and I order straight from home. So such a booming industry. It's skyrocketing due to digital transformation and high consumer demand. It is also projected to reach $9.2 million by 2026. And it's making one of the hottest markets of online business. So whether you're selling fashion, electronics, or niche products, the UAE offers the perfect market for online business access. So this is your right time to start your business for e-commerce industry. One thing I would like to highlight when it comes to general trading and e-commerce, every time it is very important for you to have a payment gateway access because someone will ask you if you want to maybe sell your products or do a drop shipping. Everyone will ask you for a payment gateway, a link to make the payment. So, it is possible. We can get it for you. We can open a corporate bank account for you, and we can also get you a payment gateway link, which would be easy for you to do business. We also help you in terms of, setting up your website for e-commerce. We can also have, open, your marketplace, say on Amazon, on Noon, Talabat, and Kareem, all of these marketplaces that are available in the UAE. We can register that for you. And we can also integrate a payment gateway on your website so that people can directly buy the product from your website. You can also sell on social media as long as you have an e-commerce license. In terms of the license authority, Mainland does not have an e-commerce activity. Therefore, has to be a free zone license and a free zone that has the activity of e-commerce that allows you to sell online. Logistics, because it's e-commerce, and if you're taking a free zone license, you can either do the logistics through the third party like Amazon, Talabat, Kareem, Noon, etc., all of these applications, or you can tie up with a third-party logistic company and you can have your products delivered straight to your customer. The next industry is food and beverages. Okay, food and beverages. Already mentioned before, UAE was a small desert and now it's growing. It's well developed. However, still there is a lot of demand of food and beverages inside the country. We have different nationalities. The demand just keeps increasing daily. So therefore, this is one of the highest demanded industry or the activity to open a company in the UAE. So UAE is a home for thriving food and beverage market with demand for imported products rising every year. With a 19% increase in food and beverage exports from the UAE during the first half of 2024 and projected a surge in the sector's revenue to reach 38.3 billion USD in the market, and the market is set to growth and success. So if you are looking to import, distribute, or sell food products, this is your first step. Great. So mostly, authority, license type, everything will be discussed by our experts. We have a panelist also. We can always, towards the end, ask questions to them. There's one thing that I would like to highlight about the regulatory requirement. If anything that is consumed, that's eaten or applied, like makeup, cream, all of this needs to be registered with the municipality here in the UAE, because when it comes to safety, they do thorough checks. So we make sure that if we are giving you a food and beverage license, we will get you registered with the authority, and all your products will be registered before they are imported in the UAE. So yes, food and beverages, it's important, and cosmetics. I will also highlight cosmetics. It is important for you to register your products before importing. If it's already registered, it's fine. We move to the next one. Okay. Business consultancy industry or management consultancy, project consultancy, any kind of consultancy. Okay. Now, with thousands of entrepreneurs, seeking experts, advice to navigate, in financial compliance, accounting, it is very important to be compliant in the UAE, and therefore consultancy is one of the highest demanded activity at the moment. And you will see, and there has been an impressive increase and growth in 2023 of 15.2% and reaching a $1.1 billion. So if you want to establish a consultancy business in the UAE, you can get it in touch with our experts, and they will guide you on what type of license will suit best for you. Great. We move on to the next slide. Okay, so Now we spoke about the 5 most demanded that are currently in demand for the business activities, correct? Now, what we're going to discuss is 5 bonus industries, okay? Industries that are at the moment in high demand, and the UAE government is encouraging investors and entrepreneurs to join the UAE market for their vision, to complete their vision of 2020, 2030 and 2050. Okay, so highlighting that the UAE is quickly emerging as a fintech and digital economy leader, attracting blockchain startups, digital banks, and AI-driven solutions. Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, which is WARA, okay? WARA is setting the benchmark for crypto and blockchain regulations globally. Now, rise of fintech startups and digital banking. Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, which is WARA and crypto licenses. So the UAE is one of the first countries to have a full crypto rule book introduced in 2018 by Abu Dhabi's SESCA. So this is the most demanded at the moment, and UAE is one of the first countries to have a full crypto rule book. Okay, that's something I said it twice to highlight it. So all the crypto traders here in the UAE on this call, on this webinar, if you are interested, please drop in your questions. There is a tab called Q&A. Drop your questions. We have a panelist who will be addressing that for you. Growth of e-commerce and AI-driven businesses. Government initiatives supporting digital transformation. So these are the key points for fintech and digital economy. We move to the next slide. Real estate and infrastructure growth. I'm not sure if you have been to the UAE before, if you've been to Dubai, but people who haven't been to Dubai ever or have not come to Dubai in a very long time, like after 2018, if you've not come here, you must visit, because you will see this big transformation where, previously we had the old Dubai. You may have all seen that, with small houses. But at now, if you see the Dubai's, the skyline, the skyscrapers, there are so many residential properties, commercial spaces that have been built. So I had one of my clients who had come to Dubai after maybe 5 years, and he mentioned that, I do not recognize this Dubai. It is so beautiful, and it has developed in no time. So that's the real estate at the moment. If you are into construction business, if you are a real estate broker, if you are into buying, selling, so you must invest right now. So the UAE real estate continues to break records, fueled by high net worth investors. And another highlight, Dubai achieved record-breaking real estate transaction values in 2024, totaling over 8,760 billion from 226 transactions. So this is a huge number, right? So this is amazing, and you must invest now if it's in real estate, because it's at its peak already. You also may have heard that Ras Al Khaimah is coming up with its own casino. It's under construction, but once that's developed, there's going to be a high demand for residential area and commercial area in that emirate as well. We move on to the next slide. Okay, taxation and business-friendly policies. So we have covered a lot into taxation. We have covered about corporate tax 9%, which is over and above your net profit. Then we have 5% VAT and 5% VAT if you are doing business inside the country. If you're doing business within the free zone, then it's exempted. If you're doing business outside the country, it is exempted, right? And no personal tax, no inheritance tax, everything is 0%. So whatever you earn here, if you're drawing a salary, it's 0% tax. So you don't pay the tax anything and you're living a luxurious lifestyle. Yes, so that's about taxation. We move to the next slide. Sustainability and green economy. So with initiatives like Net Zero 2050 and investments in renewable energy, the UAE is leading the region's green transformation. We move to the next slide. So I'm just going to highlight a key, the few pointers that we have in our presentation that will discuss what is the UAE looking for at the moment, and they are willing to invest as well. Next slide, please. Right. So renewable energy companies, electric vehicle and charging infrastructure, sustainable real estate and green construction, waste management and recycling, water conservation and desalination. As covered, we export water from outside the country. So that's why sustainable water treatment is a requirement at the moment. Agri-tech and vertical farming, fintech and green investments, AI and smart tech for sustainability. I want to highlight on this point. We just had rains today in the UAE, in Dubai, where I'm right now seated. It's still cloudy. So the reason and how was that possible, right? Because we are in a desert. UAE has proved it. They can do cloud seeding, they can change the climate, and they can make it better. So that's already being implemented. So it's AI-driven climate solutions that we are looking for now. Sustainable fashion and consumer goods, green tourism, and eco hospitality. So sustainable hotels, ecotourism experience, and nature conservation projects. Great. Next, please. Challenges and risk. Okay. Now, anytime you think of setting up a company, the first thing that comes in your mind, global economic fluctuation and supply chain disruption. But in the UAE, that's not a challenge. I was here when there was a lockdown, and trust me, at that time, maybe just for a few months that there was a halt, but Dubai was still working. There was still tourism coming. We had the Expo 2020 because of the lockdown. It was on halt. But after that, in 2021, everybody started coming to the country. The economy never stopped. So that's how it is running. The supply chain disruption, that's something, if you're into trading, that's what you get worried about, the current situation that is going on. But UAE has been unaffected with this. Taxation. So everyone gets, is worried that the compliances are strict, there are too many taxes, the new taxes maybe in financial regulations may change. But no, I think so many years I've been here, the only tax that was here was 5% VAT. And now just last year, to be compliant, there was 9% corporate tax that was introduced, but that also is just 9% on your net profit income. That's like to nothing. And if your profits are not that high, if you're a new startup, then it's literally 0%. You are not paying any tax. Apart from that, in terms of the taxation, there are many of them coming up that everything may change, but no, I have seen, because every day the FTA is coming up with new manuals, new rule books, and at that time they're trying to make it as lenient as possible for the entrepreneurs that are already here in the UAE and establish their business. The other one that people worry about is Emiratization policies and workforce for localization challenges. There's almost 60 to 70% of expats in the UAE right now. And Of course, they are going to protect their citizens. That has to be top priority, but no one is treated differently. I have been here for so many years. Regardless of your nationality, regardless of where you're coming from, what you're doing, all are treated equally. So I don't think that is a challenge in the UAE at all. Great. Next. Here's the promo code.
Oh, all right, everyone.
Yes, Iman.
This is the wait is finally over, and we received so many answers from those who decoded 2502, and we love the competition and the challenge that we got from you. Now, here's the big reveal. Exclusive offer for all the attendees of today. If you set up a company with RadiantBiz before the 1st of March, you will get a 25% discount on our management cost. Isn't that amazing? So,
Oh, wow. So
don't
if
miss that
people
offer.
register their company with us before 31st of
Yeah.
March, they get 25% off on a management consultancy.
I don't think that they have to miss that offer. Never.
Absolutely. That's amazing. That's amazing, Aman. I mean, okay. So because I have seen, all the entrepreneurs being so interactive, and thank you all for your participation. I see such a lovely participation today. I would also like to add something more. So if you want to start up your business, right away, you have already made a decision. I can give like another add-on offer of management fee waived for certain activities. So we can actually, waive the management fee, but you have to write today on the chat. So you write today, one of our experts will get in touch with you and we can waive your management fee. That's amazing. Great, great. Okay, so we are almost towards the end of the slide and our presentation. If you can move to the next slide. What all we have covered during our webinar today is why now is the best time to invest in the UAE. And the UAE has an unstoppable growth trajectory. It is your time to take the first step to start your business in the UAE. So I hope and I am going to see all of you in my office when you come here for your visa residency after setting up your bank account. That's amazing. Thank you all for your participation. Now I drop my mic. I am done speaking. Now it's all about you. It's all about you asking questions. You have an option on your screen which will say Q&A. You can click on that and you can drop in your questions. We have a panelist on the call. That's Ms. Gayatri Pandey. We have Ms. Minsu Elizabeth, and we have Mr. Danish on the call who will be able to address your questions. If you would like to ask one-on-one question with me, there is an option raise hand. Okay, and it's just like a palm there. You can click on that and you can have a one-on-one one-on-one conversation with me. You can ask a question via audio. So I'm just going through the questions at the moment. Great. Okay, so I have one question right now in front of me. Ijari can be in the name of shareholder or director, or it has to be by company name only. Now, for people who do not know what is Ijari, Ijari is also a term in UAE used for tenancy contract. So, for example, if you are taking a tenancy contract, which you're taking in space, so they will give you a tenancy contract, and the tenancy contract will be on the name of the company. The signing authority can be the general manager, but it will be raised in the name of the company. Great. I have another question.
Yeah, Miss Malika, I have a question about starting food, like a restaurant or like a cloud kitchen? Can I start that in a free zone, or what jurisdiction would you recommend?
Thank you, Hafsa. Thank you so much for asking a question. So yes, do you know which emirate are you looking for? Is there a specific emirate that you want to open your restaurant?
Sharjah would be nice.
Sharjah. Okay. So if you're looking for setting up your business in Sharjah, it is, step one is getting you an initial approval. The authority in this case will be the Sharjah mainland in that specific area. So the first thing will be taking an initial approval, registering your company name. That's step one. Once that's done, you will get a certification where you have to get in touch with the real estate. We can also connect you with the real estate if required, and we will get you a restaurant. Now, depending on your requirement, we will have the restaurant finalized. Once you give me the tenancy contract of the restaurant, then we will do an MOA signing, and then your trade license will be issued. So this is the procedure of setting up your business in Sharjah or restaurant in Sharjah. I hope I've answered your question, Hafsa.
Yes, thank you, Miss Malika.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. That was a good question. Let me see if we have any other questions. Okay. Just allow me a second. Okay, so just I'm reiterating, if anybody has a question, you can either raise your hands or you can drop your question in the Q&A session. There's a tab called Q&A. You can drop your questions there, and I'll be happy to assist you on that. Okay, so there is one question here. If I have registered my company in a free zone, can I open office in mainland without NOC? Well, yes, you can. Now, you cannot rent an office all by yourself. Okay, all that you have to do is you can take an office, a sublease an office, or a co-working space. So that is possible. So the answer to that is yes. I'm also, chatting with our clients. There's some of our clients, some of our participants who are messaging through chat. So I'm trying to address that as well. Okay, any more questions? Okay. All right, so we have another question here. Just one second. What is the process of starting an Airbnb business in Dubai on work visa? Okay, so as per the Department of Employment, that's called MORE, Ministry of Human Resource, what they mention is that if you are an employee in the country, you have an employment visa, your Emirates ID that says employment, you are an employee. You cannot do business, right? But it is possible. It's not that it's not possible. If for an Airbnb business, you need to have a mainland license. So when we go to issue the mainland license, we can do it under your name. However, we will need a non-objection certificate from your employer stating that they have no objection in you conducting your business in the UAE. So most of my clients, they do it in a similar way, and they get the NOC from their, from the employer, as long as, it's not a competition, they are not from the same business, the NOC is possible. Once they give you the NOC on their letterhead, there's no specific format, just an undertaking that they have no objection that you're working or have another business, and we can open the license for you. So the answer to that is yes. The authority for an Airbnb will be Mainland. So depending on which emirate you want to set up your company, we can have a Mainland license issued for you. Great. Any more questions? I think we just have 2 minutes, and I see there are too many questions that are being raised. I would request everybody on this call, please drop in as many as questions as possible. I may not be able to address all of them here on the call. However, we assure you, we promise you that all of these questions will be raised, will be answered by a panelist. We will be sending you an email or connect with you one-on-one to have all your questions addressed. I would like to thank everybody on behalf of RADIANTBIZ. Thank you all for joining in. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for your participation. I was not expecting this kind of participation. So thank you so much, everybody. Hope to see you again. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thank you.